So in Final Cut Pro, I go to New Event and I type in the address. And then I usually do 4K 30, 30 frames or 24, either one. And then, so then I go to the, let's see, and I go to that event I just made, title it, and then I'm going to be kind of going speed mode, kind of testing myself to see how fast I can do this. Then I click Command I to import. I go to all my files, go to my real estate, go to that listing, I go to the videos, select all videos, and usually I create proxy media. That's like a tip if you're editing bigger videos and it's going to be lots of different editing techniques that you're doing. Creating proxy media helps speed up the editing, but it does take up storage. But once you're done, you can just delete the render proxy files. So you just wait while it's importing. Alright, so what I do is I set up my screen like this, to where this is at the bottom, and then I'll minimize this, and I can press Command 4 to get rid of this over here. So what I'll do, there's two different ways you can do it. There's this way, this view, and then there's this one. I like this one more, and I usually go to about 10 seconds, 10 or 5 seconds view, and I'll go ahead and just drag and drop. We'll start with the drone shots. Usually I start with drone shots, and then the gimbal shots, and then I go in the house, do all throughout the house, do the backyard shots, and I finish with drone shots. So what I'm going to do, let's see my establishing shot right here. So what I usually do is take about, I just want 2 seconds per clip. So that's one shot there. I'm going to do another one right here. It's 2 seconds. That's another one. It's a second and a half. Let's see. Nice little pair. Little movement there. I don't know. I think the next one. And usually when I'm recording, the best one is always the very last one. Like you just go to the end of the recording. I always do, this is a little trick right here. Start down low, and I zoom out around the whole property. I'll edit that later, speed ramp it. Alright, so that's the first shots there. And I just use no picture profile. I just think it's faster, it looks better, in my opinion. Alright, so there's a shot there. I think this one is the better one. So like I have 2 clips of the same thing, and I just go to the second one, because the second one's usually better. So there's that. Let's see. Got some shots of that little tree. And my drone shots are always in 4K 30. I use a DJI Mavic 2 Pro. And then I use a Sony a7 III with the 16 to 35 millimeter. All right. Okay, and let's see. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot, but I'm just going to be editing. All right, so that's my shot there. So I kind of speed ramp it through the door. I'm probably going to be using faster paced music for this one. So I'm going to do a little bit more speed ramps. So I'll speed ramp it to this shot here. And I'll finish right there. Then here's a shot to show that there's stairs. And then for these shots, I'm shooting in 60 frames per second. So that'll be slowed down because I think this one is 1080p or it's 30 frame per second timeline, so whatever I do is going to be about half the speed. It's going to be twice as long. So if I import 1 second, it's going to slow-mo into 2 seconds, and that's usually what I like for most of my videos. It's 2 seconds per clip. I love doing reveal shots like this. So see, I'm just going for about 1 second right there. Here's a reveal shot of the kitchen. Gotta do I like doing sink shots like this. So I'll take that. This one's a bit better. Gosh, the lights up top made it look terrible. Let's see. And see how the verticals aren't aligned? With the video, I don't really mind verticals not being aligned. It's fine by me. I can aim down, angle it down just a bit, and I don't mind that. Alright. Okay, so now here's the dining room table. Another reveal shot. I usually start them right about there and drag to there. Let's see. So I'm just kind of powering through. I use a DJI Ronin S. I think I like that a little better. Just some cool detail shots here and there. Just like to have dynamic movements, like this shot. It's like a pull down shot to see the backyard. So let's see, I think I had one that was better. I like that one more. So like with that, I'm going to zoom in, delete the other one that I imported into there, and that'll be the starting scene of the backyard. So I'm going to copy, paste. I just select Command C to copy and Command V to paste. All right. And then as I'm importing these, I'm just dragging from point A to point B for about a second, and then I press E. All right. And just drag for about a second, and I press E, and it just imports it right down here. It's the last clip, the next clip. And then there's that one. I have to go back to the living room. And what you can do is go to this point here and click W, and it'll go right in between the two clips. But just make sure you're right in between them, or else it'll crop it out and go right in between the two. Alright. And I think this is like a 2,500 square foot house with like 4 bedrooms. I turn fans on, most lights on. See, I turn the faucet on there. And then here's a cool shot. I just kind of interacted with the homeowners. They were there. Whenever there's a pool table, I like doing this, where I tell them to do that, and then hit some pool shots. His first one wasn't very good. None went in, so he had to do another one. Second one, none went in, but that's fine. All right, and then let me move. Now we're going to be going upstairs, so I'm going to move the staircase to right there to show that we're going upstairs. All right, we're at 10 minutes, doing pretty good. All right, so show some movement upstairs. So there's that. I don't know if I like that. All right, so that one's a lot better. And like you see, I like doing foreground. See how you have the, I don't even know what you call that, in the foreground, and I kind of move left to right, revealing the scene. All right. And now here's another angle in that shot. I usually do 2 angles of bigger rooms, like living rooms and such, and then 1 angle of bedrooms, maybe 2 angles of master bedrooms. Kitchen, you always got to do a couple angles, couple detail shots. So here's some detail shots I was taking of those. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'll put it on there. Here's a bedroom. Just that 1 angle, maybe 2 angles of that real quick. Upstairs bathroom. And then here's a shot where I turn on the shower. Kind of zoom into it. I don't know how that looks. Autofocus didn't do too great. I'll just skip that. Alright. Another bedroom. Now this is one, I start here a little further back so I can speed ramp it so it kind of shows where it's at. It's next to the master. And I'll speed ramp it to right there, and then I'll slow it down for about a second. And what I do is I import all the clips, and then later on I go back and edit them to the music and all that. So let's enter the master bedroom. Now, the other angle. Master bath. Nice reveal. Just toilet. I don't want to show the toilet. We got that in the other shot. Let's do. So I'm just selecting the clip, pressing E, sending them down. For video, I'm all about movement. So I turn on water faucets, turn on fans. And what you can also do is you press I for selecting an endpoint, you play, and select O for an out point. And then you just import it into the timeline. Alright. Closet. And I pretty much shoot the whole entire house at 16 millimeters. Then detail shots, I zoom in to 24 to 35. So see how I have to go back to the bedroom. So what I do is I'll cut that shot to that shot, and you just press up and down on your up and down buttons to go forward and back. To go in between, you select your clip, click W, and it inserts it in between your two clips. So you don't have to do that. Alright, and now there's another shot. I might like that. So that's another one. I select that clip, go down to where it's at. Where is that? Right here. So I'm going to do it right there. Click it, click W, and it inserts. Alright, so let's see. Let's move these backyard shots to the end. And then a few more drone shots. So I go back to my drone shots. And that one I'm going to put it in reverse. And the market, just for later, you'll see later why market. Now I'll do this here, so I'll start here, pan back, and then, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing a in to out movement, and another in to out movement. So those are all my clips. That's kind of an ending scene where it moves back. So we're at 17 minutes. So what I do now is select all. I'll get rid of that one that I've marked because I adjusted it, and I have shortcuts to do automatic speed, so I select my shortcut and I do that, and it makes all those clips to their automatic speed. So if it's 60 frames per second, it changes it to 50% speed because it's a 30 frame per second timeline. And then since these drone shots are shot in 4K 30, it stays 100%. So what I'll do now is do a little bit of the main shots I'm going to be doing. Most of these are just smooth pans, but there's a few here and there. So this one, 13 seconds. So what I'm going to do is this here. So I press Shift B and it cuts it right there. Then I select this portion of it, and I have shortcuts for ×8 speed and ×4 speed. So I'm going to do my shortcut for ×8 speed and make it a little faster. And it's like a zoom out. So like this right here, the playback is really bad. You can go to view, and it's already in better performance, so it's just not going to be that fast. But proxy media, if you upload them as proxy media, you can select proxy media, and it'll be a lot easier to work with. You'll be able to edit things quicker, and you'll be able to see playback smoother more quickly without having to render them out. Alright, so there's that. See how this is way too long? It's 7 seconds. I want each one to be about 2 seconds. That one's going to be like another speed ramp. And that one will start right there. Do that one ×4 speed ramp. Oh, what happened there? This is just to show that tree, a few detail shots here and there. That shot. And now this is my entry shot. So I do a little bit in slow-mo, then Shift B for a speed ramp transition, and it zooms into the door. So fast forward, and then I'm going to zoom through here like that to right there. Shortcut to 8x speed, speed it up a bit, zoom in. That's just adjusting the smoothness of the speed ramp transition. So let's see if you can play back. That's going to be like a zoom in there. It's a little fast. And what you can do here is you go to your transitions. This is like the only transition I ever use. It's a RGB zoom in, and you just plop it on there. And now I can adjust this here. Make this a little bigger because I'm done importing everything. Let's switch over to this. And this won't be needing any of those. So now I go through all these clips. Most of them are good length. That's a minute 22, minute 20, or a second, a little over a second, almost 2 seconds. Almost 2 seconds. That one's 3 seconds. So what I'm doing as I go through here is I see that this doesn't look good. So I have a shortcut to open up editing. So what I do to do instead of clicking up here and doing hue, saturation, curves, I have a shortcut where it just opens it up. Saturation, you click this tool here and it's a dropper. You click the yellow area and you just scroll it down. Boom, just like that. Gets that yellow out of there. Alright, so this is water sound effects. So I'm going to detach the audio there. I have a shortcut to make it go back to normal speed because I don't want slow-mo water sound effects. 3 seconds long. I'm going to trim it down. And then, let's see, drag that in to have a gradual water sound effect. And then let's see, which one do I like better? So I'm just going through and seeing which ones I like better. There's that movement, there's that movement. I think I like the first one better. So this here, what I'm going to do, since this also has that yellow colored casted on there, I'm going to press Command C and copy this and go to this one and click my Option Command V, and it pastes straight onto there. The same effects I did here onto there. So up here, if you look, go to Edit, that's the paste attributes. That's Command Shift V on Mac, which if you're using Final Cut Pro will be a Mac. See how this looks a little bit dark, so I'm going to bump up that, turn down the shadows. So now I can command that, copy that, in case I want to up something else. So then do the same thing, command Option, paste, and I paste it. This could use some contrast. I'll do that. That's good too. Let's do that there. So I'm just copy pasting those adjustments onto my next shots that I see fit. Just going through it real quick. Making those adjustments. It's a little dark. Do it again. Just boom, just like that. So now, let's see. I'm going to drag those as a sequence. I'm going to do a wide shot, do a tight shot, get the pull shot. And I'll adjust the audio later. I always like sound being in video. In videos, you want sound, you want music, you want movement. I'm just going to mute that. So I have a mute shortcut. And so just get rid of the sound from that so it's not distracting. Now we're going upstairs. It's 3 seconds, so that's a little long. I'll do a little bit of a speed ramp. Mute it. I don't think I need that. So just in case what I do, I don't think I need that, so I'll drag it down and press V to disable it. Because I don't think I'm going to use it. Bedroom shot, another bathroom. Let's do this. So what you can do, since that's a water faucet, I'm going to go back to the water faucet here, command, and start it there, and paste it so you get the sound effects. I like it better with that before. And another thing, see how I pasted it? There's this little marker right there showing that it's attached to this clip. So what you do is you select the audio. For me, it's Option Command click, and it moves it so it's attached to this one. So if you were to, let's Command undo that. So if you were gonna, if you wanted to move this, see how the audio doesn't move with it. So what you do is Option Command click while your audio is selected, and it moves and attaches to this. So now the audio moves with it. All right. So now this was the speed ramp. So I do that, speed ramp it to right there, select that, and boom. So I'm gonna lengthen that a bit. I need a little bit more time so you're seeing the room for a little bit longer. So what you do is you double tap that, click source frame, edit, and you move it. Just to lengthen the speed ramp so you see the room a little longer. Got the nice double doors. Detail shot, other side of the room. Master bath. See the master bath, so you see the shower, the bathtub, nice pulling back bathtub shot. Let's do this. Nice little shot there. So we're at 27 minutes. Now let's see if I still have that copied. Nope. So I'm doing here. Adjust it, make it a little brighter. And every time I move stuff up, it kind of brings some noise in the shadows, some weird shadows look. So you just bring them shadows down just a hair. And let's do some hue saturation of the orange. And just bring it down a bit. That's more water, so I'm going to mute that. Go back to this water shot, Command for the audio, and paste it. And remember, I'm going to move that. Closet. It's like this is a huge closet, yet it doesn't look that big with a 16 millimeter. But hey, it is what it is. Alright, so we're done with the inside. Now we're going outside. So it's a little slow, so what I do is a speed ramp. It's like right there. Maybe 4 times speed. That clip, 3 seconds long, so let's see. It's a nice shot. Establishes that you're outside. I liked that shot better. Let's see. Let's move that there. Delete that. Alright, so what was this? That was this shot here. So you know, let's do this actually. I'm gonna move this one, copy, paste it. This shot's a little long. I don't like having shots being over 3 seconds, or else it gets too long of a video. Because right now the total video is at 2 minutes, which is good. But the longest I'd want a 2,500 square foot home video to be. Alright, so that's a 3 second pull away. So now that's the ending of the video. So it pulls away, and it's all done. So I press Command 5 to get rid of that, Shift Z to view the whole thing. And now I'm gonna pause and go find music, see what song I wanna do, and I'll come right back. All right, so I'm back. So I'm dragging this screen over here to show you that I use Artlist. Let me get this out of there. So here's Artlist, and I go to my download history to see what I've recently downloaded. So I like this song. So I look at the waveforms of this song and see that it starts here, and goes throughout here, and then it kind of, that could be a possible ending point, but that's only 1.5 minutes, and the video is 2 minutes long. So let's see, we'll go with that. We'll make that work. So I've downloaded that, and it's called Tropical Summer. So I'll go back to this, music, iTunes, Tropical Summer. So there it is. So maybe what we can do instead is start here. Since this video is about 2 minutes long, we start here. That'll be 2 minutes long, and we'll get an ending point right there. So you just drag and drop it in there. That's about right. So I'll probably, what I usually always do is end up cutting and making it a little bit shorter. And I need to turn down the volume of the song. I usually adjust volume based upon volume listening, me listening half volume. So I'll turn it down. Let's do this. So what I do, this is kind of a pretty big trick what I do, because throughout most videos I have a opening title and I have opening sound effects for like wind and birds. So what I do is I go to another, one of my most recent videos that I did. Oops. All right, so let's see. Which one was a recent one that I liked? Alright, so here's one of my most recent videos I did. So what I'll do is I'll select the portions. Gotta love it, the rainbow circle. Select the portions that you want to copy paste. So that's whoosh sound effects, that's the forest, the wind. You just copy it. Go back to the one you were working on. Go here, paste it. So boom, now you have those sound effects. You have your opening title. Go in, adjust it accordingly. Oh, let's do caps lock. That's also in Paso Robles. Forget what that was, but I'll adjust that accordingly to what this home is. And then there's the whoosh sound effect. You know, that's not my favorite one, so I'm going to get rid of that. And with Artlist, they give you this sound effects that are really good, that I actually really like. And they're titled sound effects here. So the one that I really like for the zoom in, I'm looking for a zoom in transition for this shot here. See how there's like nothing there? Let's see. Where's it at? Alright, so this is the sound effect I like. Drag it, put it there. Ease it in, turn the volume down. And then this is for the zoom, so let's see how it sounds. Sounds good. So usually what I like doing is editing to where the drop is right at this point here. So what I'll do is I click the music and I click M. That's for when the drop is. Now I go right here for the zoom and I line up my marker for the drop like that. Alright, so now the video is only, I'll have to get rid of a little bit of time. That's fine. So we got the ambient sounds, forest, blah blah blah. Let's move this to the end, and then again you gotta adjust the points. So select that. Why is this not? Oh, you gotta do this. What is going on? Alright, I don't know what's going on there. It's fine. Alright, so then you go through and watch it through. Got some nice ambient noises. So now I gotta choose which shot from that I liked more, or if I even liked either of those. I didn't like this one, so I'll delete that. It's almost redundant having two of those, so I'll delete that. One thing you gotta watch out for is making sure you don't delete clips that have something attached to it, because that'll delete the audio like that. So you just undo it. So we got 1, 2, 3. So now see how there's a... Oh. I click Command R to open up the speed adjustments, and see how there's a speed ramp. So I'm gonna take this copy pasted whoosh sound effect and drop it on there. I'll adjust the length of that. Few detail shots. Alright, so since I deleted those, I have to delete even more. And then move that marker to right there. So now I'm just kind of getting the opening sequence down. So you got a nice zoom there. Got some nice reveals. The kitchen shot's a little long. Audio of the water is a little loud. See, it's kind of cool. I have the audio of the water running. I have the audio of the fire, or the burners. Faded out. So there's another whoosh sound effect that I copy pasted. I may use that on another shot later. So now as I'm watching this, I'm keeping in mind that I do want to shorten it about 10 seconds. So I just gotta get rid of 10 seconds of footage throughout this. So this one's way too long. That's a short shot. That can be short. Shorten that a bit. Loving it. So now since that is in slow-mo, I gotta detach the audio. kind of hard because it's in slow-mo, so I'll slow it down a bit. I don't want to be too distorted. Turn down the volume a bit, but let's see, he hits the ball right there. So I'm going to put a marker on that, and then you want the audio to line up with the hit. And I'm going to cut that and move these up a bit. And that'll do it there. Zoom out a bit, so that's 3 seconds. That's a little long for what I want. That's 3 seconds. That's too long as well. And I don't really edit to the beat too much. I kind of just go with the flow. Let it, if it hits the beat, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's another zoom sound effect. This one was a little bit of a time speed ramp, so I'll put that right there. Now, I don't think that adds any value to the video, so I'm just going to get rid of that. There's another speed ramp, so I'm going to copy paste it and adjust that to where it should be. So I'm just trimming it down. So all my shots are about a little less than 2 seconds, around 2 seconds long. So again, I remove audio, Command R, slow it down a bit, turn it down a bit. And anyone let me know if there's a shortcut to fade in and fade out. I'm sick of having to manually do that. So that shot, we'll see. I may want to get rid of that because I already have enough of the bathtub. Shorten that. Another swoosh. Put that swoosh in there. And one thing I do so the swooshes aren't all exactly alike is I speed it up or slow it down a bit so there's a different tone to the speed. Little bit underexposed. If I just up that, turn down the shadows a bit. Let's see there. Looks good. It just ups it a little bit. Let's do the same thing here. So now you get those it's good to have some sound effects. Get some ambient bird sound effects. cut it. Let's see, I'll go back to the start because I liked, I think it's that one. Need to add some more birds chirping right in there. So that's the end. So I kind of shortened it too much. So now I can just go through and lengthen the clips that I want to lengthen just a bit. It's like maybe that master bedroom shot. Make it a little bit longer. Maybe make that one a bit longer. So I just go through just to increase the time just enough. Right there. Alright, so that last drop is right there. So I'm going to do that. We'll fade out. Alright, so to get the details, what I usually do is I type in the address online. Sometimes this is wrong, but usually I have them send me the information. But 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2503 square feet. So I will so go to here. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2503 square feet. And then that is good to go. I'll increase the size of that, not decrease. Paso Robles can be a bit bigger. Alright, then another thing I do is for the drone shots, I want them just to pop a little bit more. So I add an adjustment layer over all my drone shots. Just have a little bit more saturation. So I do that, Command 6, go to saturation and up the saturation for all the drone shots. Up that to add a little bit of contrast, lower that, and now all the drone shots, instead of having a little dull, just brighten it up a bit. An adjustment layer affects everything underneath it. So a little bit dull, brightens it up. Copy paste it to these last couple drone shots. I copy paste the title sequence to the end of the video. And that is pretty much a complete video right there. Let's see the time. That was about 49 minutes. So 49 minutes from start to finish. So I uploaded onto YouTube, and it's good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope it helped out a little bit. But that's my process right there to create a video.